Pierre Cardin was an Italian-born, naturalized French fashion designer. He is known for what were his avant-garde style and space-age designs. He preferred geometric shapes and motifs, often ignoring the female form. He advanced into unisex fashions, sometimes experimental and not always practical. He founded his fashion house in 1950 and introduced the bubble dress in 1954. Cardin was designated a UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador in 1991. Michael Alig was an American club promoter and artist who was convicted of felony manslaughter. He was one of the ringleaders of the Club Kids, a group of young New York City clubgoers who became a cultural phenomenon in the late 1980s and early 1990s. In March 1996, Alig and his roommate, Robert D. Freeze Riggs, killed fellow club kid Andre Angel Melendez in a confrontation over a drug debt. In October 1997, Alig pled guilty to first-degree manslaughter. David Anthony Rice was an American bluegrass guitarist. He was an influential acoustic guitar player in bluegrass, progressive bluegrass, newgrass, and acoustic jazz. He was inducted into the International Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame in 2013. Rice's music spans the range of acoustic from traditional bluegrass to jazz-influenced new acoustic music to songwriter-oriented folk. Jeremy Andrew Bullock was an English actor. In a career that spanned 6 decades, he gained recognition for originating the physical portrayal of Boba Fett in the Star Wars franchise, appearing as the character in the films The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Bullock returned to the franchise for a cameo as Captain Colton in 2005's Revenge of the Sith. David John Moore Cornwell, better known by his pen name John le Carré, was a British-Irish author, best known for his espionage novels, many of which were successfully adapted for film or television. A sophisticated, morally ambiguous writer, he is considered one of the greatest novelists of the post-war era. During the 1950s and 1960s, he worked for both the Security Service, MI5, and the Secret Intelligence Service, MI6. Charlie Frank Pride was an American singer, guitarist, and professional baseball player. His greatest musical success came in the early to mid-1970s, when he was the best-selling performer for RCA Records. During the peak years of his recording career, he had 52 top 10 hits on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart, 30 of which made it to number 1. He won the Entertainer of the Year award at the Country Music Association Awards in 1971. Diego Armando Maradona was an Argentine professional football player and manager. Widely regarded as one of the greatest players in the history of the sport, he was one of the 2 joint winners of the FIFA Player of the 20th Century Award. An advanced playmaker who operated in the classic number 10 position, Maradona's vision, passing, ball control, and dribbling skills were combined with his small stature, which gave him a low center of gravity and allowed him to maneuver better than most other players. Roy Dotrice's OBE was a British actor. He played the antiquarian John Aubrey in the solo play Brief Lives. He won a Tony Award for his performance in the 2000 Broadway revival of A Moon for the Misbegotten, also appearing as Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's father Leopold in Amadeus, 1984, Charles Dickens in Dickens of London, 1984, and Jacob Wells' father in Beauty and the Beast. Late in life, he narrated a series of audiobooks for George R.R. Martin's epic fantasy series, A Song of Ice and Fire. George Alexander Trebek was a Canadian-American game show host and television personality. He is best known for hosting the syndicated general knowledge quiz game show Jeopardy! For 37 seasons from its revival in 1984 until his death in 2020. Trebek also hosted a number of other game shows, including The Wizard of Oz, Double Dare, High Rollers, Battle Stars, Classic Concentration, and To Tell the Truth. He also made appearances, usually as himself, in numerous films and television series. Sir Thomas Sean Connery was a Scottish actor. He was the first actor to portray fictional British secret agent James Bond on film, starring in 7 Bond films between 1962 and 1983. Connery originated the role in Dr. No and continued starring as Bond in the Eon Productions films From Russia, With Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, and Diamonds Are Forever. Connery made his final appearance in the franchise in Never Say Never Again, a non-Eon-produced Bond film. Walter Carl Becker was an American musician, songwriter, and record producer. He was the co-founder, guitarist, bassist, and co-songwriter of the jazz rock band Steely Dan. Becker met future songwriting partner Donald Fagen while they were students at Bard College. After a brief period of activity in New York City, the two moved to Los Angeles in 1971 and formed the nucleus of Steely Dan, which enjoyed a critically and commercially successful 10-year career. Marjorie Celeste Champion was an American dancer and actress. At 14, she was hired as a dance model for Walt Disney Studios' animated films. Later, she performed as an actress and dancer in film musicals, and in 1957 had a television show based on song and dance. She also did creative choreography for liturgy and served as a dialogue and movement coach for the 1978 TV miniseries The Awakening Land, set in the late 18th century in the Ohio Valley. Rhonda Fleming was an American film and television actress and singer. She acted in more than 40 films, mostly in the 1940s and 1950s, and became renowned as one of the most glamorous actresses of her day, nicknamed the Queen of Technicolor because she photographed so well in that medium. Fleming was a member of a gospel singing quartet, along with Jane Russell, Connie Haynes, and Beryl Davis. Conchata Galen Farrell was an American actress. She played Berta the housekeeper on the sitcom 2.5 Men from 2003 to 2015 and received 2 nominations for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series for the role. Farrell had previously been nominated for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series for her performance in L.A. Law. Edward Lodewijk Van Halen was an American musician. He was the guitarist, keyboardist, backing vocalist, and primary songwriter of the rock band Van Halen, which he founded with his brother Alex in 1972. Van Halen is widely regarded as one of the greatest guitarists in rock history and was well known for popularizing the tapping guitar technique, allowing rapid arpeggios to be played with 2 hands on the fretboard. Kenzo Takada was a Japanese fashion designer living in France. He founded Kenzo, a worldwide clothing brand that also markets skincare and perfumes. Takada was the honorary president of the Asian Couture Federation. Takada was a fashion maverick known for his colorful and free-spirited collections that energized the ready-to-wear runways of the French capital starting in the 1970s. Initially, Takada struggled in Paris, selling sketches of designs to fashion houses for 25 F each. Clifford Ralph Robinson was an American professional basketball player who played 18 seasons in the National Basketball Association, NBA. Selected in the second round of the 1989 NBA draft, he played the first 8 seasons of his career with the Portland Trailblazers, followed by stints with the Phoenix Suns, Detroit Pistons, Golden State Warriors, and New Jersey Nets. Robinson received the NBA Sixth Man of the Year award in 1993 and was selected as an NBA All-Star in 1994.